Barely.
Live and alive.
Who wants to lead? Because I haven't had coffee kicking yet. I just woke up on the side of the bed. I don't know what's going on.
We just dragged you outside, threw some water on you and said, get ready. All right, good morning. Yes. Welcome to the morning show. This week we are discussing several things. First and foremost of all, the road to LVO. Miles and Cam are going. Then we're going to discuss how many chosen are too much chosen. And last but not least, we're going to see if we've lost Cam to Starwars Legion.
Cool.
And that's the show. All right, goodbye, everyone. No.
Seriously. Yeah. Who's out there? Raise your hand if you're out there.
I think we have a wonderful zero.
I saw Noah subscribe to our channel this morning, so he's watching in theory.
Oh, that's good.
It's really fun.
Is he still in Tanzania?
No, I think he's heading back, or he's on the plane back now. I know.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he was in Tanzania for. Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think is the question.
There's a fun little
been
spot.
to Tanzania.
Well, there's like a fun spot in Kenya where you walk over the border and then you put your hand on this like rock and it's like Tanzania and Kenya. So and then that's like right when I got super sick and my whole life changed. But anyway,
so that must have been like a terrifying experience, like being super sick, kind of like not in your home. Like
no, it was bad. I like blacked out. I went to a hospital 10 hours away. It was all that kind of thing. It was not good. I'm still suffering from it. I still can't drink coffee very well.
Really?
Anyway, but that's not.
That's a story for another time.
That's a story for another time, where I almost died.
Right.
Cool. So yeah, we're going to LVO. There's 390 people going to LVO, I think, or something.
For Sigmar alone?
Redonkulous. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I saw that fact message somewhere. Maybe I'm wrong, but it's a lot of people, which is really awesome. Biggest, giantest tournament that we've ever had, I think. 295
right now.
Thanks, Josh.
Yeah.
So
how big
that's a lot. Is. It's the largest. I saw somebody, it was the largest, but yeah. So we have that many chances to go 5-0, and actually we had like a funny moment this week where we were like, oh, so the like really silly logo that we made for this is the morning show, and it actually says 0-5, which is part of my like self-prescribed dyslexia. But I think what's cool. So we're showing up. Cameron, tell me my flight plans. I don't know.
Yeah, our flight plan. We're leaving Thursday at like 5. We're supposed to get into Vegas at 10 p.m. And then we're flying back out the following Monday because we're definitely going 5-0. So we're definitely going to need to be there for the Sunday game.
Yeah. And I left that open also for maybe a national park, but that's just me. Nature. So yeah, so we're doing that. First games are on Friday. I'm just a recap. I'm bringing KO.
Kyle. Yeah, we'll run through your list. Tell our fans what you're bringing exactly.
Well, before we do that, Cam, you're bringing Feck.
Yeah.
And then Korey, you're supporting us from afar.
I am.
As is the rest of the Wicked Dicey team.
Base.
Yeah, including John, who we have come up with a plan for John, which we're really excited about. But we'll talk about that later. Anyway,
we'll be expanding our offerings soon.
Yeah. So yeah, my list is one giant hot mess, which means So if you're not familiar, folks in the audience, because you didn't sign up for LVO and you haven't been caring at all about it, which I don't blame you, there's a little rigmarole with how the GHB is dropping, and so it's old points, new points, old book, and so to do that, there's a lot of things that like you're like, they dropped. Sky Wardens a little bit. Maybe I'd take them. They upped the Admiral a little bit. Maybe I don't take them. This sucks. So it doesn't suck. It's fun. It's interesting. It's a new list that we all have to create with our our individual armies. But anyway, so it's really affecting me. so I've got like a list 1001 at this point because I'm just like, it doesn't work. But
when is list lock? Is it tomorrow?
What's that?
Is list lock tomorrow?
Yeah, list lock's tomorrow. So the 22nd.
Yeah, 24 hours.
Yeah, no, it's great. And I think I've got one finally. But yeah, so I'm kind of leading forward with Gotrek. I've had a lot of luck with him lately. I used to be very against the character, because I just felt it was a little pocket pick kind of thing, no brain move. But KO really needs that, I think. And that was thanks Brad for that tip. So it's that Ironclad, of course, and pulling up the list now. And Arcanaut Men Battle Line, the Ruin of Petrification, and Aether Chemist, and Engine Master and Dirigible Suit. So the big picture is Gotrek can hold objectives and has some staying power, and then Ironclad and company jump around and pop things. And I think it's got some legs. I think it's definitely not a comfortable 5-0 list. It's a 4-1 when it's a 3-2-4-1 when I reach the person that actually knows what the hell's going on. But
what matchups are you hoping you don't run into?
Who do I? What kind of matches do I not want to run into?
Avoid.
Yeah, good strong opponents. Yeah,
just not matchups, just opponents.
Just opponents.
Okay.
Anybody who knows what they're doing.
That's a strategy.
I'm just gonna hide in the corner.
Yeah.
No, I mean Gargants would be nice because I've got a Gotrek. It's like, I think, a pretty easy thing. But and I purposely do that because I'm really bad against Gargant. I just don't play well into Gargant. I just don't know what I'm doing. So my little micro movements are not great, and so the Gargants get around me and just destroy. The other thing, so the big thing, and we'll go right over the effect here, is I had a streak of luck with going like 1 drop. And so one of the big things that I'm kind of decided with this list is like, it leaves out just too much if I go 1 drop. And so I'm going 9 drop, which is not a big deal. And I've done a lot of high drop lists, and they're not bad. Obviously, you get to counter the deploy, which is really awesome. So, you put your dumb thing down and then you wait till they deploy and you're like, oh, I'm not going to put my whole army right here on the line. And so, yeah, it's not like mind-bendingly crazy that I'm going to go 9 drop, but it is like a thing that I have to I do this thing where I'm like, if I get that 1 shot in on the first turn at 24 inches, they can't get to me. It's going to be great. And then every time they get to me and they double me, and then I lose. And so I'm kind of like, I think I'm going to sit on the line with Korey. And then today I'm going to Bob's. Bob is one of our local folks here, for anybody who doesn't know that. And probably everybody on this that's watching knows Bob. Bob is awesome.
Bob is great.
Bob is Gargant player. Bob is Seraphon player. Bob is Bob. And so anyway, I'm going to work out some mechanics on how I want to deploy. And I probably thought I need to test it a couple times. And so anyway, that's my thing. Last little tiny thing is I brought the engine master. No, I actually didn't do that. Okay, cool. That's done. I had another list going, and it has nothing to do with this. So anyway, so yeah, KO for 5-0.
There we go. Cool.
Very
Ken, what do you got? What are you cooking up in your little castle of madness over there?
I don't. So I mean, I'm messing around with Anvil unit. So I broke the Kronspine back out and tried it out again, and I realized how much I dislike the Kronspine. It's
get me going there.
I don't know how, but it's just like all of his attacks are so high quality and they all just miss. So I don't know. I think weight of dice is the way I like going these days. So Flayers and Blood Knights, I'm going to probably just test some Blood Knights in some games again. I just want to see how they perform, but I think that they make a good fit for the army because they can kind of like retreat and charge and fly over things more or less, not real fly, but also like 2-up armor saves after Mystic Shield, and I think they're just going to be a good anvil unit that can then also on the charge dish some damage back. So I'm thinking if I'm like maybe accelerating my pace of putting them in the list before the next GHB even drops. Like I think that they could just be a good drop or unit choice right now. But
put them in bounty hunters. They'd be kind of terrifying against a lot of things.
Yeah, so I was going to do them and bounty hunters with the crypt flares, and then go. I guess that would be a 3 or 4 drop. So not going to beat out like alpha striking or the super low drops, but like I found that not a lot of people are 1 drops these days, anyways. And even still, like I think I was a 2 drop at Du Bois and stuff like that, and I was getting beat by 1 drops anyways. But then I was always out dropping the rest. I felt like people were at like 7 because they were taking conquerors a lot, and then they were taking bounty hunters, conquerors, bounty hunters, warlord battalions, and then they were just like all up in the drops department. So
yeah, 4 to 7 is kind of where it naturally hangs out because you're exactly right. If you have 2 or so in bounty hunters, a 1 drop, and then a warlord or whatever, it brings you into that range.
Yeah, so I'm gonna proxy some Blood Knights today, some Demigryph Knights. I hope they're on the same base size. They might not be.
They're on the, I think, is it the 75 millimeter or the 90? They're not on the 90.
Okay.
Pretty sure they're 75.
Okay.
So not small cav, but medium cav.
So they're not like. All right, I'm gonna have to go look. See if I have anything to proxy them in because I'd like to test them out.
Yeah, I think Demigryph Knights are too small.
Oh no. Okay, I'll figure something out. Yeah, but I'd like to test them. That's the way I like learn how units perform is like just by playing them. I can read them on paper and be like, yeah, it's great on paper, but then until you get them on the table and in a game, it's hard to truly estimate. For me, at least.
Wait, so kindergarten this for me, Cameron.
Mm-hmm.
You're bringing your Blood Knights?
Yep.
You are bringing Blood Knights.
Oh, well, potentially. I just need to test it and see how I feel about it. If I test it out. Yeah. Allied in.
Be honest, I didn't know that it could happen. So
we're here to expand our horizons, and Miles' horizon has been exposed.
This is the Miles horizon show.
Yeah, Flesh Eater Courts can ally in Soulblight.
Excuse me.
Whoa. Okay.
And I think with the new points adjustment, Blood Knights I think went up to 200 points, so you can double stack it and be at your ally cap.
Perfection.
Interesting.
That's a book I'm excited to see, like a 3.0 update for the Flesh Eater Courts. Did they get a 3.0 update? No. Yes?
Who, Flesh Eater Courts? We have a White Dwarf.
Excellent. No, but I was thinking Soulblight. I really want to see what they do with them. But they have a White Dwarf as well, so they're kind of like 2.5-ish.
But also, I thought they had a 3.0 book.
Soulblight? No, Soulblight came out at the end of 2.0.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yep. Back, whenever the heck that was. It's been a little bit now, right?
That book's kind of propped up by Graveguard and Blood Knights right now.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like Direwolf spam could be terrible.
Yeah, agreed. With bounty hunters going away, being two wounds, 10 models, so 20 wounds for like what was 100
next to nothing.
Yeah, 130 points, something like that. Yeah, it's nothing.
Do you know the battle plans? I know it's
I think
it's
you're killing me. You are killing me. It's the pack.
We should have that ready.
I think it's in the pack.
It's in the pack. Let's go to pack.
Yeah.
I know 2 of them are in there. I know Prize of Galay is in there, which I'm excited about. Not with the 9 drops, but I'm excited about because that tends to benefit the person going second. Realmstone is in there, which is again why I was like excited to bring Go Trick because I could just put him in the middle, say go
fight me,
and then and even with those Blood Knights, you could do that. What was the other one? There was I I think Silkscreen's in there, and there's like 2 more because there's 5 games. But
I'm gonna guess Idols is probably gonna be in there.
Yeah, all the staples.
Somebody find it. Who's gonna find it? Raise your hand if you're gonna find it. Because
who's gonna find the pack faster? The person not going to LVO or the 2 people going to LVO?
There's a link to it in the thing, but you can't click it in the description on BCP. I'd probably have to go to the website.
Yeah, I'm on it.
Anyway, yeah. So games.
Yeah,
we'll do good.
And you're gonna do great. Everyone's gonna do wonderful.
Yeah. So the only things I need to do still is I need to like practice round, because I haven't like run this list. I've run like very similar lists, so practice round it, kind of feel it out. Cam, you got to figure out your models / what the hell you're bringing.
I'm gonna
Otherwise, we're like in a good spot. I'm excited. It's gonna be fun. It's Vegas. We've got Brad going. We've got the main boys going. I think who am I missing? Jeremy, you're going or not?
No.
Yeah, and then Cam, and then I think that's it. So yeah, if you be there, excited to see you. It'll be fun. It'll be a lot of fun.
All right, so the rounds go in this order. Round 1, it's President's Vitals. Round 2, it's Prize of Belay. Round 3 is Silk Steel Nests. Round 4 is Realm Stone Cache. And then round 5 is Nidus Paths.
Okay.
And then if we get to day 6, there's
Korey, are there any like unique, like, so I know like Prize of Galay is you'll want to go second so that you can determine where the objective is, and then you can like pounce, right? And then, or like continue to determine where the objective is. Is there any other like that's like a really clear mission to me that I'm like, I know what I need to do if I was smart. With all those other missions, like, do you like, I feel like you have more of an insight on like what else, right? Like what are some like silly things, some shenanigans?
Well, like Silk Steel, like Silk Steel is probably gonna be like the hardest one for you to play. Just because it lends itself normally for people overextending and stretching kind of across their entire deployment. Yeah. Where you kind of want to make a weak flank, and then if you start off kind of like 4 and 4 like this, and then you rotate, that's like the optimal way to play that, because
gotcha. Yeah.
You just have to make sure that by the time you're done your first turn, you have your 4 back objectives in one of theirs, because then you essentially trade, right? And then you kind of shift it from horizontal to vertical, and you start smashing towards each other that way.
Gotcha.
So that's kind of that one.
What order is that in the pack?
That's round 3.
Round 3. Okay, so round 3, you've got to be a little wary. And Cam,
well,
you don't.
You have the advantage of being able to like pick up and drop down again.
Yeah.
So if you just like go all in one corner, more or less, like, if they're not smart and they don't screen it and don't think about it, they'll leave their back objectives open, because you can just like go wherever you want. So you can just go around toe tapping in everywhere, depending on what they have, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, then there's a shadow round.
That's if there's more than 8 undefeated people after round 5.
Yeah, so 290. 1 second. There definitely will be.
Because it ends at 4:30. So yeah, you could. Oh god, that'd be exhausting.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, and they're doing Mighty and the Cunning. Oh god.
Which one's that? That one just your battle line give up or your galley.
Oh, yeah, the like multiple point ones.
Points. Yeah. Absolutely hate that mission, but that's okay.
And then what's the other ones? Realmstone is just kind of be in the middle if you can, so that you can get the lead ahead. And then
going first is good on that one. And then you just want to make sure that you have outs, right? That if it explodes and goes, behind you, you're not too far forward to not. I mean, but you want to see in your KO, so you have the mobility.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then the Presence Vitals is just like smash max your points if you can.
Yeah,
I don't
presence is
foresee
a
that
pretty
being-
standard one. You play for
Yeah.
2 out of 3 of them, and just make sure your idols kill stuff before their idols, or you
What
kill
is
your
it
idols.
what does it typically cost to bribe a judge to pair you with people?
I don't know. It's
Round
Vegas.
one, probably,
Anything's
like-
possible.
Round
Also,
one, like
I
5
want
bucks.
like you guys know. Do you know the organizers of LVO? Like, do you know?
Oh yeah,
or running?
yeah. It's Gareth is one of the judges, and then Scott Reed is the head judge.
Good, nice folks. Awesome.
Yeah, Scott
Cool.
Scott Reed is. I have a story about Scott. He's probably the best TO I've ever had an interaction with. It was maybe, I think it was the LVO the year before like COVID shut us down for like 2 years. It was, the final day. I wasn't in the top 8, but we were playing doubles, and round 1 comes and goes, and playing with Bob, and me and Bob end up losing. At lunch, it was kind of, you do the thing, you talk about your round and blah blah blah, what happened, and then it came to light that one of the players did something with Gotrick that he can't do, which is Gotrick can't be set up after he's set up, right? So this was back in 1.0, 2.0, whatever 0.0, where one of the realm rules is if you rolled a 6 on a unit, they could reset up. So this person did that, picked up the Gotrick, put it right in front of our army, and then just proceeded to cause mayhem, right? So that obviously changes the course of the entire game, because you could teleport and then move. So
That's huge. Yeah, I mean, that's like a Gotrick 101.
So it's always one of those things too, right? It's kind of a little bit like, shame on us for not realizing and knowing the rule, but also shame on them for not knowing the rule too. So we went to Scott, anyways, long story short, and he was like, okay, like wait for the opponent to get back and we'll talk about it. And this other dude was very much of the fact, like, well, it didn't change the game. Like, you couldn't kill Gotrick in 1 turn anyway, so I just got you a turn faster. And Scott was just like gonna see what resolution we came to first before, inserting his opinion. And the guy was pretty much like, no, it's either a win or a draw. I'm not going to take a loss. And I think Scott handled it well. And he said, like, the fact of the matter is, like, you did an illegal move in the game and it altered the course of the game. So you're not able to come to that conclusion yourself. So I'm going to let you know that it's a round loss for you guys. Which was, I liked how he handled it, because he like didn't just kind of go in like a lot of TOs would probably just make a decision, either nope, sorry, it is what it is, or just kind of handle the round loss. And I kind of like picked that up from him, just like letting the players talk and hearing both sides, and kind of keeping things like very like, you're out of it until you have to make that final decision. But anyway, Scott's a great dude. He handles things very well. So you're in good hands. And then Tomo,
is he
love Tomo.
an owner of LVO, or is just
no, he's just like kind of like us, like we just kind of do stuff for the love of it.
Yep. And then Gareth, also just a
Thomas.
TO.
Yep.
Thomas.
Yeah.
Yep. Gareth responds to people in Facebook with a little bit of like fuck you for asking the same question 1,001 times.
Yeah.
Like, he said it really subtly. Like, maybe he's not meaning that, but like that's what I pick up, because
I think he means it.
Facebook Facebook's like, it's bad.
Yeah.
Anyway, says the advertiser that is always dealing with Facebook. Cool. Yeah. So wish us luck. How many what was next on it? It was how many chosen?
How many chosen? Too much chosen. Yeah. So it's kind of weird. So I'm obviously not going to LVO, but I feel like I'm very much like in my habit right now of, it's the week before LVO and I'm just smashing games. So I played 5 times this week with chosen, and man, they're a drug. They're so fun. It's probably the most violent unit I've ever played outside of like Khorne Archaon back when 3.0 first dropped. But yeah, it feels fun to be back playing Slaves to Darkness. They were kind of like one of the armies I've always like enjoyed looking at back when Warhammer Fantasy was a thing and I was a little kid that couldn't afford an army. So now that I'm an adult with adult money, I'm loving it. So
what got, like, I feel like they're really naughty looking. Why are you into, what got you into Slaves of Darkness?
I don't know, chains and whips excite me. No. No. I don't know. They're like So I think it started off like I always liked in Warhammer Fantasy they were much more like the area they're from was called like the Chaos Wastes, and that was very much, I would say, like Viking adjacent themed, right? So you had like a lot of like snow, fur pelts, and stuff like that. For some reason, that aesthetic just kind of like was cool to me. And then not really knowing much about like the lore in the background that they were like actually like, evil people. So then you just kind of grow up and
You
just
didn't
kind
get
of,
it
I
by
guess,
the name.
yeah.
You didn't get it by
Well,
the
no.
name?
So they used to be called Hordes of Chaos, right?
You didn't get it by the name.
Yeah, no, I mean, but like we is this gonna be what's called a philosophical show now? What is
No,
chaos?
it's just
No,
more of a curiosity.
no,
And I
yeah,
would
no,
say
I
this
mean,
straight to Sam and all of them too, who are
yeah,
very chaos oriented. It's just like,
yeah.
I don't know.
No, that's a good
It's just
question. I don't know.
interesting.
I think the aesthetic just kind of like, if you look at them versus Stormcast, right? Stormcast is a little too like clean and generic. Even when I was playing
Good
40K and
boys.
playing like what's it called? Space Marines. I played Space Wolves, right? Which are they were always like kind of on the line of are they good, are they bad? Like what really are they up
Yeah.
to? Like sort of deal. And then Blood Angels as well. But
No, I
so
get that. I'm not making your decision. I mean, it's a wrong decision, but you know, it's no, I'm just kidding. It's totally fine. Aesthetic is aesthetic, but I just always find that very interesting.
My friend quit the game, and he has left an unfortunate amount of points of Slaves of Darkness in my place. And I say unfortunate because it's like, I want to say like 1,300 points. So it's like not quite enough to play, and it's like not too little that I don't think about playing them. And they're also in my house, so like I look at them all the time. So I'm like, I should
There's
try
the next
some
army.
Slaves.
yeah. As long as you got like a couple Chaos Knights, that's a good start.
I have
That's
5 Knights, I think.
That's another unit that I'm like giddy about. Like just like a 10-pack of Knights. It's pretty spicy.
Yeah, those things slap and they don't go anywhere.
Yeah. Well, that's like the thing that's so like sad about Knights is like you hit something and then if you don't kill it to pieces, you're like, oh, cool, I'm stuck here now because now after the charge, I'm not doing anything back to you.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That triple activation you did, Korey, was insane. So we played on Wednesday, and like I was like, I have a chance in this game, and then he was just like, this person attacks, and this person attacks, and this person attacks, and there went Go Trick, and there went 3 other units. And they're like, oh, okay, shoot.
Yeah.
And then I activated a second time with the Chosen.
Yeah, and then he activated again.
I was considering running Morgaunt in Flesh Eaters just for the strikes first effect, and the fact that like Slaves has so much strikes first is crazy. So good. Crackjack Lord being good again.
You're you need 2 strike first effectively to counter the Slaves, because their strike first is in the second strike first is tied to the first strike first. So it's a strike first and then a fight immediately after.
I don't think there's much strike first in the game. Like
they used to be very prevalent, like back like in that same time period, like 2019, 2020. There was this like thing called like activation wars, where like Slanesh and Fire Slayers like were just like miserable to play against because everything struck first, and then they had ways to stop your strike first from happening. So it was very important who went in first, who did their abilities first, and stuff like that. But
yeah.
Cool. Real quick, I do want to plug somebody. If anybody from our group is watching or whatever, I got recommended Jeremy Vessier's video the other day. It was really good. If anybody wants to check that out, we'll find a way to link it or something. But it has a lot to do with, it talks a lot about KO. So if you don't like KO, I don't know, you might not like it. But he also like business discussions it, where he just like puts this like map together of all the new missions, and it kind of shows what's important now versus like last GHB. And so I just wanted to like shout that out. It was really informative. And it like mathematically tells you like the center objective is like point for point the most important, even on missions where it's not. Like so so Josh just said shouted it out, but like it's really well done. It's dry because it's like really business like, but like dry in the best way. So shout out to that. And if you are a KO player out there, Aethercast, oh my goodness, I learned something real funny the other day, which was you can bridge Soul Screen. It's just go to the Aethercast, watch their 12th tip. It's stupid, it's funny, and it's hilarious, and it's all of that wrapped in one. And it's basically like, what do you call it? Spoiler alert! It's Soul Screen Bridge, Purple Sun, maybe 2 groups of 20 Arcanauts and 2 Ironclads that like do things, and they just like neg 2, neg 3 Rend with admirals and shit. It's weird. It's a weird thing, but they had a really brilliant podcast, and they really do. If you ever get into KO, check them out as well. For folks, out there in the world. So cool. And then
that's such a cool, like the double Ironclad, like is the thing that always like I mean I bought KO, I have KO, but I've never played them. Yeah. But it's like the double Ironclad like concept is just so like I don't know, it seems cool. Like I want to do battleships.
Yeah, it's a weird like I feel like I just been picking armies that no one plays, which is like really fun. But also, like, I feel like I'm in this weird vacuum where, like, no one talks about it either. Like, everyone's talking about Slaves of Darkness right now. And I'm like, I'm playing KO. And so they're fun. They're weird and fun. But, like, you have to learn about not engaging. That's, like, I think.
I really wish those boats, the Ironclads, had rules with how it had to move so that it has to move, like, straight. And then it has to, like, bank and turn like a real boat. I feel like it'd be so much fun. It'd be terrible, but it'd be hilarious.
There's
Star Wars Armada.
Yes, well, yeah.
My favorite term right now is clown car, and it's where you get a gun hauler and you put a little compartment in it where you can carry 5 characters, and you just carry 5 people with hammers, and you just like, and that thing can go like 72 inches or something dumb, like because if you do all the like weird shenanigans, and so it's just like a clown car of people like with giant hammers. Like 5 of them running at you full speed. Like I'm trying it out today in one of my like fun lists. So I think it's hilarious. Like Twisted Metal back in the day.
It's such a great game.
Yeah, basically it's Twisted Metal. It's the guy with the like flamer head, you know. Cool. So there was one more.
Have we lost Cam to Star Wars Legion?
No, we're gonna move on from that. Okay.
Are we?
Cancel the broadcast.
All right.
Bye. Yeah. So we have this. Yeah. So Cam has gone to the dark side, the dark side with whips and chains, and he's playing Star Wars Legion. And someday I'll buy my own box as well. So they'll talk to me after that. So it'll be great.
Can I play Ewoks, like just all Ewoks?
So right now there's no Ewok unit, but apparently they're gonna add it soon. So soon.
Cute.
Okay.
I've just 3D printed them and made them basing bits.
It seems dark.
No, I don't. Just like I said last time, like I don't mean to talk too much shit about it. I mean, I know I'm going to hurt your feelings, but it's a bad game as well. But I will consider it someday, and I'll be playing. It's just a matter of time. But
it's a really good like palate cleanser. Like it's. I don't know. It's really simple. So when you're trying to like clear your brain and think clearly about Sigmar and strategies again, you get to like up in your head about like all the units and stuff like that, and you know your strategies, your opponent's strategies, whatever. So I've been finding that it's been very refreshing to just like not think about Sigmar and then like play a game of that and then come back and feel a little bit more like focused. But it's just a fun casual game for me, at least. And it's like an IP that everybody knows. So,
yeah,
cool. When are we going to start playing the Middle Earth strategy battle game?
I have the minis for that too.
I think you have like every game system that ever exists.
Yeah, I got the Oscillix box, but I have to paint it up. So,
well, that'll take you 2 hours?
Yeah. Yeah, my hobby speed's been crazy recently.
Yeah, I was on a decent kick, but now I've like stalled out. I think it's just because today I'm literally picking up 30 Chosen, 20 Knights, 40 Warriors. So it's just like painting stuff just to like kind of get an idea for how I wanted it to look. So now I have that, and we're gonna go. This is this little guy right here. Oh no, that's not going to work, is it? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So he was
That's
my
pretty
test model, and now we have to do the trim on so many things. I regret the decisions I've made, but we'll get over it.
Yeah.
We're just
I should have gotten
half-assing it.
my new Ghoul King.
For anybody still chilling watching, we're probably gonna have somebody on next week. So if you're interested in that, reach out.
Guest speaker.
When are we doing next week's?
No, next week is live from Vegas.
Oh, LVO, yeah, and so then the week after that, I guess
we'll get someone.
So, yep. Anyway, just throwing that out there.
I guess last but not least, we have some exciting announcements to make.
Oh yeah.
Anyone want to take it or?
Ironweld. We've officially announced Ironweld. Oh my gosh! So let's go transparent here for a second. Hotel shopping, it's a real thing.
Yeah, if you're like a hotel event manager, like just I'm sure you're a nice person, but fuck
no,
you.
John. No, John. But sorry to cut you off, Korey.
No, I was just being mean to hotel event managers.
Yeah, we almost had a venue. Again, I'm all about like a little bit of transparency here, but we almost had a venue for Everwinter, and that's been a whole rigmarole as well. Long story short, we had a really cool place, and they were like, we're gonna charge you this much, and then they were like, you guys look human, so we're gonna charge you this much.
Yeah.
So
it was like literally 20 bait and switches within like 24 hours.
It was great. Lovely.
Yeah.
And then let me share this really quick with anybody who hasn't seen it.
Can't be worse than buying a car though.
See, I don't know when I buy a car because I just kind of show up and buy the car.
Yeah, but see, you're leaving money on the table because they're always able to negotiate down by a certain amount.
I don't care. I pay it. I'm a car salesman's best dream.
Yeah,
you're a car salesman's best dream.
Yeah,
you don't even have to play the game where they go and talk to their manager and like say, "Oh, I don't know if we can do that. Let me go talk to my manager." Hate that game.
Oh, hold on. Sorry, I'm trying to find this thing for y'all. It'll make sense in a second.
Let me know when you want that screen back on.
Okay. Yeah, you can basically screen it again. Boop, 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 boop. Yeah, so this is fun. So this is our retreat that we're doing. If you haven't seen it, so this is a Teams event in April. And it's what is it? It's 4v4,
yeah. 8 teams of 4. Yeah. We're trying to get up to 10 teams. So if you're out there and you want to play in a Teams event, come check us out at wikidicey.com. There's information on there. But sorry, go on, Miles.
No, that's it. That's all I had to say. I just we had to put let's see if I have that still.
Who's the Kowloon Connor store? Is that Mike Vaginos?
No, that's me, Anthony, Brad, and Korey.
Oh.
Yeah.
We had I was like trying to put like an animal on it, like a bear. Like Brad had the idea to put like a bear like with an axe or like slain or something.
Smokey the bear, yeah.
And I couldn't find like a good like image for that. So like the best, and I didn't end up including it, but the best I like came up with was, let me get rid of this. Hold on, sorry, technology. Was like this guy, which I found hilarious.
That should be the T-shirt for the event.
It really should be.
That's
so
great.
Anyway, he's fun, and I'm glad I got to do the world.
On Fiverr to put him in like slave's armor or something.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, just
Nice.
fun little things. Cool. All right. I'm legitimately gonna try to find a way to get this coffee to hit my system at some point. So I think I'm out, and I gotta also get up to Bob's at some point. Thanks for watching, everybody. And see you next week at LVO. Right?
Yeah.
Thanks, Korey, Korey. By the way, shout out to Korey, who's been helping me at least. I don't know if he's helping you, Cam, probably because you're playing Legion, but he's been helping me like think through my list, and yeah, it's been great. So I've learned a lot already. So
awesome.
Anyway.
Glad it was helpful.
Yeah.
Cool. If you guys enjoyed us, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, hit the bell, and you'll know when we're going live. We'll be a little bit better about being more proactive about announcing when the next show is, but I assume it's next week going to be probably if Friday or Saturday, and 3-hour time difference, 2-hour time difference. So the morning show will be a little later for us East Coast folks, but still morning-ish for people in the kind of Central and West Coast. So stay tuned. And
we're going to do it from the back of the Warhammer plate. We're going to find secret merch that they haven't divulged.
We're going to go raid.
We're going to be in the warehouse.
Games Workshop warehouse.
that they have in LVO.
Right, yeah.
We're going to learn all the trade secrets.
Yeah.
So tune in. Don't miss it.